So guys, this morning I have been joined by Mike, who has come over from Northern Ireland. He's visiting friends in Chester. So he's come over to decide to work with me on his game. So we'll talk you through what we've worked at, and hopefully you'll be able to see some nice changes. Unfortunately, the weather is horrendous, but thankfully for us, the weather is beautiful in the studio. Okay, so what we'd see at the start here, Mike, is arms are too close to the body. And if we drop a vertical line down from the chin over here, see that that's quite a long way out in front of where the hands are. Okay, so the gap between the hands and the leg is really, really tight in this area. And what we will also see, it stands a little bit narrow, grip looks pretty good. Then what we'll see is as we start the backswing from down the line, the right wrist flexes backwards and the club gets slightly behind the hands. Okay, so it's slightly going back too far this way with the club head. And then what we'll get then is, okay, it's not a bad looking backswing to there, but I think if we just strengthen up the posture, that will give you a lot more space. We just need to turn this hip back a lot more because it's not turning back enough. Having a look from the front view on the right hand side, right wrist goes backwards. Okay, and the one thing we've not got is we're not coiling properly with the body. Okay, so this left shoulder blade right here is over the front leg. Right. Yeah. So from here, you can only then go backwards through impact. See, watch where your head goes. It will go up and back this way. You see that?
Yeah. Okay.
So that means you then extend with the right wrist and kind of scoop through the ball a little bit more than we want you to. So having a look from down the line here, is you make a really good downswing plane, but your head goes up and back, and you addle off through the golf ball. So that all sounds like we've got lots to work on, but we haven't really. Okay, a few easy-ish bits, some quick gains that we can make. A couple of them are going to be in posture. We're going to make some huge gains really, really quickly with this. Okay, so we'd see here from down the line here with Ed, he's the same height as you. We take you back to posture. You can see quite a big difference there in the way that you both set up. Okay. What we'll then see is he'll turn those hips back a lot more than you are, and you'll also see in a moment from the front that we've got a lot more shoulder rotation. So you see the difference at the top there. Yeah. Having a look from the front, and what we'll see from the front is okay, slightly wider stance with Ed. See where your shoulder is, and now it's where Frosty's shoulder goes. So he's a lot more behind the ball, isn't he? With that shoulder. Yeah. Whereas yours is almost on the front side of the ball. So we'll see that your head has to go backwards, and he can just stay in place while he moves his legs towards the target. So what we're going to do is, to enable us to keep the head towards the target, I believe what we'll need to do is stretch the shoulder across more, get the hips turning more, getting better posture.
Okay.
Is that alright?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Feeling that left shoulder stretching across as much as you can. And turn those hips back. Good. Okay. Stretch that upper body back a little fraction more if you can for me. Feeling a lot more speed coming down there, Mike?
Yeah, totally.
So just you were saying a second ago, that all just due to the fact that you're feeling a lot more stretch.
Yeah.
Do you feel that there's just way more power because of that?
Yeah, you're definitely a lot more coiled at the top of the backswing.
Okay.
It just feels, once it's like friggin' a gun, it just comes rushing down.
Perfect. Great. Okay, right. Let's see it show. Okay, so let's just really focus at rotation. Okay, so really stretch that upper body across as much as you can. How's that one feel? Feel like you got behind the ball more?
Yeah,
Got more stretch?
yeah, oh definitely, yeah.
Okay, are your hands at the top, do they feel higher or lower?
Probably a little bit lower.
Okay, and hip turn, how did that feel?
Yeah, definitely this leg much further back.
Perfect. So with Mike here at the start, we began with creating that further posture, left shoulder more across in the backswing, right hip turning deeper. Then we've got the long term there, which is head not backing out for impact. So I'm going to have a look later on in the session at how we're going to be able to apply that. But this bit is where all of the changes will come from, just from the posture and then that backswing. Those legs pushing through, the head stays back, push now. Very good. Just try and get that right foot a little bit more up on its toe at the end, flare the left foot a little bit more. Okay. Perfect. So you feel like the right knee starts to close the gap in towards the left as you push through. Get the back foot a bit more up on its toe at the end, but still just a little bit too much pressure into the floor there. Miles better. Push your pelvis a little bit more up to the sky. Perfect. How did that feel?
Good.
A lot more push on the way through, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, right, one more like that. So this will be something that you want to try and apply at home once you've got the feeling for that backswing, okay? You still want to put this into the downswing. So that's one drill, and I'll look at a second one now.
Okay.
Retaining those same backswing thoughts, flare that left foot a little bit because that'll allow you to get round a bit more. So then what I want you to do is really stretch that shoulder across, turn those hips, now push, forwards, up, there you go. How much more that lower body starting to come through. Really get that lower body coming through as much as you can. Forwards, fantastic. Okay, one more like that for me. Brilliant. So here's the difference. We've got 77 miles an hour and a path at 6.4 out to in. Okay, so we've now just mid-lesson got one at 82.6 miles an hour, path at 0.0. Pretty impressive. Okay, ball's still going a little left right there. That's going to be a club face issue. So we can obviously get to sort that long term, but to shift that alone just through backswing changes is absolutely massive. So Mike, absolutely fantastic in the changes, so happy with it. Got the original on the left hand side now, and we can see right here, huge difference in terms of setup. Okay, width, the stance, everything, miles different. Then what we'll see is, as we begin to take the club back here, we can see at the start, left shoulder was over the front leg. Now we can see just how much further across that shoulder is at the top of the backswing. Way more behind the ball, way more hip rotation. Okay, well, let's quickly bring in the down the line and take a look at those side by side. Well, completely different in posture. Just careful you don't start getting closed in your stance. Okay, and with your knees, just be careful. You can do that dead simply just with an alignment stick on the floor, making sure you're pointing nice and straight. Obviously, you can see how close you were at the start. Hands then went in. Swing plane was actually really good, but obviously we had not a lot of hip rotation. We can now see tons more hip rotation. We can now see that you're starting to come down properly here, coming into out and striking from the inside on that last shot. The start was all arms. Ken really stood up, no leg movement, really hung back and very flat footed. Now we can see that you're actually starting to get through the shot, with the weight transferring over that front foot at the end. Having a look at it from the front, so we've got original, new, and we can see flat footed, head going backwards at the start, and we can now see weight transfer coming forwards onto the front foot at the end. Now, interesting for me is first shot 6.4 degrees out to in. Okay, Club head speed 77.2. Now we've got club head speed 82.7. 4 miles an hour is 10 yards. We've gained about 12 to 15 yards, somewhere in that ballpark from the speed. But the big one, we've hit it into out and pretty pure little straight shot there. Now you call that very slightly heavy, so the distance isn't what it should be, but the path is fantastic and the changes are brilliant. Well done.